So this is one that particularly interested me for one reason, because I didn't actually know that a ghost kitchen existed. I was a naive consumer looking at these apps, not really realizing where the food was actually being prepared. So to kick it off, the concept of a ghost kitchen is not really well known by most people. And if you're a consumer, you might not even necessarily know that you're interacting with one through the app. So to kick it off, Andrew, can you walk us through what exactly a ghost kitchen is, how it works, why it's important?
The beauty of our business is in its simplicity. So a ghost kitchen, very simply put, is a delivery-only restaurant concept. So a restaurant with no bricks and mortar. Just as an exercise in this room, I would like everybody to put up your hand if you've ordered from any of the delivery apps in the last 30 days. Okay? How about the last 7 days? And just for fun, the last 24 hours.
Just gonna keep my hand up.
Yeah, me as well. And just from this room alone, what you can see is the core customer behavior has significantly changed. What would have your answers been 2 years ago to that exact same question? So that's the land that we live in and that we try to drive value from. So what we do in the ghost kitchen space is that we provide the space, the services, and the technology to help those businesses grow and thrive. What we don't do, which a lot of other people do in the ghost kitchen space, is produce the food itself. So we are in the space game, not the food game, but we really are looking to help our entrepreneurs and restaurant partners succeed and grow. A lot of people ask, why bother a ghost kitchen? Why does this even matter? And that's for a couple of reasons. So what we usually talk about first is the small and mom and pop operations. Imagine opening a restaurant in Vancouver. It costs likely hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to even open the doors in the first place. You're probably sitting and waiting on a permit for a year in the city of Vancouver, so you've probably already failed before you open the doors. At Coho, you can open within 2 weeks for less than $10,000. So for a mom and pop operation, it's a really easy, nice way to grow that business. On the far end of that business scale would be our restaurant partners. So we talk thank you, Carrie. We talk to a lot of restaurants about their growth strategy, and now core to almost every restaurant's growth strategy is their ghost kitchen vertical and their brand that they're growing into. And they're coming in and talking to us as kind of the experts to help to grow that. So that's to basically expand your delivery network. So if you live in Tsawwassen or let's say West Vancouver, but you really want the downtown restaurants, imagine being able to deliver and order from Nightingale, for example, even though you live in Tsawwassen. And that's the type of thing that we're enabling restaurant partners. And that's Vancouver. Think about Canada, North America wide as we push that out. Also, the question you asked there is, why is it important? Why it's important for us is because we are helping what we think lower the bar for people to get into this place and take a lot of the risk away from people to operate. Ghost kitchens in the pandemic really helped save restaurants, save a lot of chefs. When everybody was super quiet and sitting at home and baking their own bread, our kitchens were bursting at the seams. We have over 100 companies, over 1,000 employees that operate and getting real world experience. And we're starting to see that again with the next round of inflationary pressure against companies as well. So what we're doing is super important, but also we're at the kind of burgeoning end of a very growth stage business that's changing every single day.
And I think you can connect the dots and realize this is obviously it's a big industry, it's a fast-growing industry. If you guys have watched the series Super Pumped, it's all about Travis Kalanick running Uber. What I found interesting is that after he was booted from Uber, he started another company called Cloud Kitchens. It's already a multi-billion-dollar company. In that short period of a time, that is how fast this industry is growing, and a lot of people wouldn't even know it. So why don't we talk about your growth? Currently, give us a bit of an outlook. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, absolutely. That is the big behemoth in the industry that's currently operating in the States and Europe and focused really on the bigger business and supporting the bigger business. We started 4 years ago in a very small warehouse behind a brewery in East Vancouver. We filled that location within a few months, and that was in 2018. There was no ghost kitchens. Meal delivery apps were just burgeoning, and we were making money at that point. So core to our business is really making sure that the business makes sense. We represent over 100 small entrepreneurs. Each location has to make sense, otherwise we're putting risk at our businesses themselves. That being said, there's a huge opportunity. We have 100 companies that are operating. We have over 400 companies on the waiting list. That's over $6 million that we're just sitting there waiting to be realized. All we have to do is open locations. That would be the easy path for growth. Again, simplicity of our business. There's 3 things that we're focused on. One is open businesses as fast as possible. But if you open the wrong business, you can lose a lot of money quickly. There's a lot of capital that goes into these things and making sure that you're building them smartly. What we're proud of is that we've got it right now. We figured out how to make that money, support our members, and grow. So that's the first, is just open more. And that's a nice, easy, simple plan to go towards. The second is partner and find ways not to spend money. I don't like to spend money to open facilities when we can take over a lot of places that are struggling. Vancouver never really got hit super hard in the restaurant business in COVID, but imagine Toronto and Montreal, where Toronto had over 300 days of closure last year. And you can imagine how much free property is sitting around ready to be scooped up and repurposed into something else, which we're heavy down the road of looking at. And then the third is M&A opportunity. There's not many people that are doing this space game. Lots of people doing ghost kitchens, but not many people are doing space in kitchens in Canada. We've already talked to all of them and we're pushing fast. But there's also over 2,000 of these businesses in the States. So there's a pretty good roll-up opportunity that we're looking, that we can provide like our secret sauce in technology, process, all that type of stuff, to grow even faster. So right now we have 4 locations. We're adding 4 locations in the next 4 months. Scheduled to make 22 million revenue in the next 18 months. So we're pushing really quickly, but also really focusing on the fundamentals and the profitability of our business.
And something that stood out, and it stands out in any business I look at as an investor, is the key of your partners. The quality of your partners. It's something that gives you comfort as an investor when you see some big name brands. Now with you guys, that's absolutely no exception. So let's talk about your partners. A couple that you might want to highlight why that's important to the next chapter of your business.
Yeah, the real answer there is the stability and the speed that we're going, and that's what we're looking at every partner that we're looking at. So a few partners that I would like to call out is that last year at this time we partnered with the Aquilini Investment Group, who own the Vancouver Canucks, among other things, but including, I think it's up there, Top Table. So Top Table is some premier restaurants in Vancouver, Whistler and beyond. And they are looking at working with us to help expand and change what ghost kitchens are in BC and beyond. So what really good for us, it's brought a revenue opportunity of an exclusive relationship with them, but more importantly, it's provided a network and a strategic investor that's sitting on our board as well as sitting on our cap table that's really providing that stability for growth. Second is just purely financing. You can imagine that this business costs money to grow. So really thankful of the Pinkowski group at Canaccord that's being able to help us raise the money. As Kevin was saying, we went public 3 weeks ago, which is a little scary to say, but on TSXV, CoHo is the ticker. We were able to raise $5 million in a challenging environment, so we're really proud of that and the growth that's there. 3 weeks ago, my life was totally different. 3 weeks today, I have $10 million in the bank account, ready to grow and push this business where it needs to be. So what I hope that indicates to the people in the room and the investors is that we're looking for creative ways to raise cash, grow, and meet the opportunities that is like sitting there, right there for us to take. And then finally, our competitors, Finally, our competitors is where we want to partner as well. So in the ghost kitchen space, once you get excited about this, you're gonna hear all sorts of things about it. But most of those ghost kitchen people are producing the food themselves. We provide the space. So our competitors actually want to work with us in our kitchens, which helps us grow. So all that to said, I think that we are well positioned. We are now well funded. We now have the locations, the business model that I would love you guys to join the mission. And we think that we have big things ahead. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Give it up for Andrew.